Hi everybody! We are back with another live today, and yeah, we're going to be going over our fun little loot that Corian put together.
Little loot.
Yeah. Well,
Corey does that too. Gigantic.
little in quotation marks.
Yeah, right.
But we're also going to be doing some gemstone effects today, so that's also going to be super fun. I'm excited to show you guys some of these effects that we got to come up with.
I am in love with that cabochon. So something new that we're doing is when we are featuring the warehouse loot, those of you who have already subscribed and bought it, you're already going to have all this stuff besides the findings and beads that we include in the kits. But then for those that don't subscribe to the loot, we have individual kits that we've created using some of the featured pieces. And there's going to be some stuff that you get in the loot that you can't find anywhere else.
Yep, and you won't be able to get it. You get this exclusive access.
So we'll probably
to these pieces.
do like maybe a little bit of a bonus technique on one of those things as part of the live today, but super fun. And I just am in love with, you did the carnelian formulations and the adventuring mica formulation, and I did the goldstone. So like 3 really gorgeous effects for today. Welcome Peggy and Patty. Good morning. It's still morning for us here in Idaho, so good afternoon for those that are Midwest and East Coast.
Yep. So we'll be doing all of that today.
Ooh, Lynn says it's snowy, so she must be. We haven't gotten down here in the Boise area yet.
I'm very jealous. I want a white Christmas.
Well, maybe we just need to drive up and see Wendy because Lynn's up near, up just a little north of us.
Snowy up there?
Yeah, I'm guessing. Welcome, Patty.
Maybe a drive up north. But it wasn't, even at the hot springs, it wasn't even snowy.
Oh, no.
There was like a little bit of snow at the very, like, top of the mountains in that area, which you're a lot closer to, but
sure.
It wasn't that snowy there, so. But yeah, so lots of fun projects. I can't wait to show you guys what we got to do here. There's so many really cool things for you guys to be able to try.
Should we go over, like, just what the loot is first? You can pop up the photo.
Wow, she said 5 inches in Garda Valley. How did you get so much more than us? I'm very jealous.
She's 30 minutes north of Wendy. So that means she's just, like, starting to get into that, like, a little bit more mountain area. Mm-hmm. Probably, like, where we would drive to get a Christmas tree if we drove. I'm guessing. But if you want to bring up the photo of what everybody got for the loot this last month to show, because we used the stuff to design with. So since we're not doing complete design on the fly this week, we wanted to make sure that you got to see. So Corian puts together every month this really amazing batch of goodies for the warehouse subscription, and it's $100 a month. And this was what this last month's selection was.
Yep.
So we're going to be demonstrating finished designs with a lot of these pieces, and then these we will also have available as kits on the retail site. So lots of fun, cool things today. I'm excited about one of my designs. I don't know, what's your favorite?
I like my bird one the most. I really like the gemstone effect for that. It came out really, really cool.
Yeah.
So I'm really excited to show that.
That kind of like solidified for me what our theme for the day was going to be. Peggy said you can keep the snow over and up there. Do you get tired of shoveling your walkway, Peggy?
I thought she lived in an apartment.
I I mean, I don't
Because
know.
I think I remember her talking about like the being insulated
yes.
in her space. Maybe
Right?
I'm wrong though.
But
Maybe I'm remembering wrong.
if you live in like a brownstone though too, those have stoops, and those are like insulated between. So who knows? There's no bottom banner, she says. We do have the logo at the bottom, Peggy.
Yep.
It's
We're
just-
changing it so we don't have to edit it out as much later.
It's hiding on Ainsley's shirt. If you move your elbow, she can probably see it.
Wrong way.
It's more of a watermark. We should probably change that to white since we have dark colors a lot,
Yeah,
right?
it's just complicated to change it, so.
Because we use a lot of our footage from our Friday lives. Now I've got to get used to saying that since we're on Fridays now. We use it for reels and on different platforms, and some of them say you can't have links to websites. So she says, I do live in an apartment, but I never liked snow. So I say, my opinion on snow is if it's cold enough to snow, it might as well be snowing.
Yes.
Because it's much prettier
Yes.
when there's snow
That's
on the
my
ground.
thought. I also prefer snow to like cold and wet.
Uh-huh.
Like that's worse. I would rather have snowflakes just like lining me instead of
right?
just like
No rain. Right.
Because then you're just like, it's like cold and wet and slimy is way worse than like a little like, oh, I can just brush this off of me and it just floats away.
I think that, what I was going to say, the perfect condition is snow on the ground and melted on the roads and sidewalks.
Yes.
Right? Just cold enough to keep a nice white pretty blanket.
Yes.
And then I do miss, one thing I really miss about Galena is when it had just snowed and then you pull out of our driveway and you drive down that stretch of road.
Oh yeah, it's just like covered
and
on the branches.
like all Narnia.
Yeah.
And it's like the snow is like heavy laden in the forests. And it's different because there's a lot of like non-evergreen trees with a lot of
snow.
So
it's more whimsical.
Ice is worse.
The thing is that's interesting here about Idaho is like the water here. I feel like it's so much more dangerous driving because the water here, when it rains,
it doesn't
sits on top of the road.
It
just sits there, and then they're like trying to paint this reflective paint on there so you can't see those lines.
They don't crown the roads.
The thing is because you can't see those lines. Right, is because there's so much water on there. The reflection doesn't matter. Everything's already reflecting off of the road.
Yeah, in the Midwest, you get so much rain that you have to crown the roads.
Yeah.
I think everywhere should do that,
They
right?
should just
if you
do
get,
that.
like, any rain.
Because otherwise it just becomes hazardous.
For sure.
And then you also have the people who are less familiar in driving in that, which means they're less experienced in a more difficult situation.
Yeah.
Oh, my button came undone.
It's been that way. I just didn't tell you. What? Okay, you give me that look when I tell you like something like, oh, you've got something out of place, and then you give me that look when I don't tell you. So which is it?
If it's my hair, I don't want to comment on it.
Oh, okay.
But, because I constantly try and fix that anyway, so it's kind of like, I already know that.
Yeah.
But if it's like some random button popping, I'm probably not going to notice that.
Okay, there's rules, guys.
Yes, there's rules.
Unwritten rules. But now this one can be documented.
And Peggy, like my mom said, it's not beveled, so it's just straight.
Yeah.
It's the way that they construct it. I just don't think they should construct it like that.
I think because we don't get as much rain here.
I
I
was thinking about it too, and I'm like, I feel like that's probably why it takes so much longer for Illinois to redo their roads.
Maybe.
Yeah, besides that, because I think it probably is a little bit more complicated to do a beveled road, you would think, than just a flat level.
Yeah, maybe. Monica, we call those amateur drivers or ditch drivers. Or ditch divers. Amateur drivers or ditch divers.
That's super funny.
Welcome, Lisa, Monica, and Jean, and Chris popping on here.
Okay. So, let us go over to this view for some of these projects. Look how cool, guys.
I wonder, did you guys get your text? I think Doug scheduled it yesterday. But I didn't, but I have my phone on silent, so.
This is what I'm most excited about, is this one right here. Look how cool these are.
That one made the idea for everything else.
So. Very awesome, very awesome.
Oh yeah, so I started to tell you, when we record this section of it, when you're demonstrating the gemstone techniques, I want to get them a really close in, zoomed in view of it, so that they can see like how you're applying the little colors. Oh, so you would like me to zoom it out a little bit?
Yeah, just adjust it.
Pretty
Okay.
good. Oh, that works way better than up a little bit, down a little bit.
I mean, 1 second to like really scooch in here. Make sure you guys get to see this up close now that we've done a short overview.
Jean said the bird and the ring are my very favorite. I am kind of partial to the ring because I made it, but
look how cool
was
those
made
are,
even
guys.
better
Can you
with the
believe it's just
gemstones.
resin and paint?
Yeah, isn't it? They're insane. I don't think the photography really captured that flash as much as it is in there. It's going to be a really fun thing to learn. Great explanation, Lynn. She's explaining to Peggy that the roads aren't crowned, and it gets so hot the roads soften and make grooves in the road and the water sits there. But not here in the mountains. Yeah, I didn't really think about that the heat to the road makes grooves in it that make the water collect.
Really? That's interesting.
Jennifer Ann said, girl, your necklace is fire. This was from the Dragon Horde live, which those are all sold out.
But that's why you gotta get that stuff, and we have more really cool. Can I show them a sneak peek of that technique?
This one?
Yes.
For the upcoming live?
Yes.
Yeah, you can show them.
Okay, guys.
Little sneak, guys.
Little sneak. This
next week.
You don't get to see the full design layout, but I'm gonna show you just one paint effect. Just a reminder, this is our starting color. Dun, dun, dun. Look how cool and glowy this looks. This is so, the camera doesn't even do justice to like all the different soft color flecks in here, but I will show you guys how to do this next week. This is like my ultimate frosted
and I think even
metal technique.
Like we will get some really good photographs of this because you can't even see, even in this camera angle, just how iridescent that is.
It's so iridescent.
Gonna be so pretty. So that'll be for our Ice Fairy live, which will be next Friday.
And this is definitely everything you need to be selling on your stuff because it's super exciting and fun and perfect for the season.
Okay, so fun little sneak peek. And then do you want to show them kind of some close-up under the camera of like the ring and the earrings and the bracelet? Now that one has the one goldstone technique in it.
It's super pretty.
Isn't
Look
that
how
pretty?
cool that is. I love that a lot.
I didn't know like if I was going to be able to get it, but it is really like the easiest thing.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just so pretty.
I love that technique. I'm excited. I didn't even get to see it, so I'm excited to see how she did it.
I just took Ainsley's kind of technique and said I'm going to expand it and added all the gems to all of the things.
There's that.
Awesome,
and I
Rosie.
definitely did some really fun riveting. Of course. How could we not do some fun riveting? Also, we didn't actually execute it, but we did have the idea you could, if you wanted to, option is you could totally stack these leaves. You have enough leaves to do it if you're a loot buyer. I'm having a hard time picking up. You could totally stack your leaves and rivet them together to get a cool shape and then bend it over. So just an option there.
If you remember on a previous loot, Ainsley had done those 3 hearts and riveted them together. Yeah. That would be the same technique you would use here.
Yep. And then these earrings, I really love what she did. I didn't make these. My mom made these.
They're my favorite thing
I love what she did with this. Look how cool this is, guys. This is such a unique way to use these. And it looks so, like, enchanted-esque. Like some... Who do I think would wear these? Like, not a witch, even. I feel like some sort of, like, wizard. Like, whimsical, wizard-esque woman. Yeah. Right? You know, who's like kind of like up in her tower and studying and stuff like that. That's kind of what I picture.
Yeah, and I think just adding
looks like a portal
the gemstone to the center of that really just kind of makes the piece.
And then the ring. Sure.
Which I tried to copy your gems, but they're not as amazing as yours.
Yeah, I will show you the ultimate way to do it,
yours are better. I was just like, I'm just going to use the same colors, but Ainsley will do the ultimate demonstration there for sure.
Yeah, because there is a very specific way you do it, and as long as you know the steps, it's going to be really easy to do. Lisa said, let me pop this up. Ainsley, maybe 2 years ago you taught labradorite and then this beautiful soft pink with a brushed silver what? Claim?
I'm not sure.
I really appreciate learning those techniques. I'm looking forward to today very much. Yes.
Awesome.
I'm going to make this very digestible. Yes. And we're going to have a lot of fun. And my recommendation when doing this is if you're trying to do a lot, do it all at the same time for the most part. I feel like the most difficult part would be like you can't do all the resin at the same time. But all your painting steps, once you get the resin in, do them all at the same time, and it's going to be a lot easier because you're going to be utilizing that dry time.
Do you want to show them the butterfly earring up close?
I did.
Oh, you did already. Okay, yeah. I missed that one. So you went through all the finished pieces except for that one.
This one I made. I think this looks like the golden snitch from Harry Potter.
It's like...
It's so fun.
To me, it's like angel
But it
wings.
Is very angelic.
Yeah, it's very much like angel wings or...
Sorry, I think guys, that one... Twisted.
Oh, well, we didn't measure that on your neck. Hopefully that's the right size. Don't worry, though. The kit comes with... If you buy the kit for this today, it will come with more chain than what I've put on there. Because I sized it for Ainsley neck.
I think she might have... Well, we'll see. Let's see how accurate she was, guys.
Here, do you want to swap to full screen for a sec here?
Yeah. You need to zoom in, though.
I will do that.
Do you think she... Oh! It does fit.
Is it right? Okay, but you need to flip the... You need to,
I think it's
put this on right. I think it needs to be just a little bit longer than that.
Well, I think I might have, like, hung it wrong, too.
So, the way it's designed is those go up. Yep. And then...
I think it needs to be slightly longer for it to lay properly.
I think so, too.
But it did fit around my neck. That is kind of crazy. I did not realize my neck was quite that small.
It is that little. So I'm going to add a little bit more chain to one of the sides so that you can adjust it to just your perfect length.
Yeah. All right.
But yeah, do you want to show...
Also, does this come in there?
What's that? It does. Yeah. That's a bonus item that comes in the loot.
Massive crystal choke.
That comes in the loot, but not...
Huge. If this wasn't so heavy, I would totally wear this as a earring.
Right?
I love how extra this would be.
Like, if you put it on, you'd be like...
You'll be being pulled down, but by the weight of your bedazzled gorgeousness.
So sometimes when you're not using a mirror to put this stuff on, so let me make sure, when you're not using a mirror to put this stuff on, it can be difficult to put it on yourself, so I'm going to put it on you. But you can take the other one off. Because I want to make sure this one gets its due. Because it's just so cool. Corinne commented on it right away because I was asking her if she had enough of these Swarovski chunks or if I needed to send some back. How's that? A little longer?
Longer, yeah,
Okay,
for sure.
so-
Let me pull it down so
Yeah,
that
you-
I can make sure it lays right. It needs to like lay right here.
How's that?
That's better.
That's 100% of the chain that I put on there. So cool.
But yeah, this is a really unique necklace.
I think it
And
almost
this
has
is
like goddess
this
feel
is
to
what
it too.
I wanted it to make it like an angel, and this specifically reminds me. What's that angel's name? Mom.
Oh, I don't know. The one with all the eyes?
Yeah, do you guys know that angel in like the Bible that has all the eyeballs? This reminds me of that, like this shape here.
Yeah.
You could
It's
totally
just so
add more.
cool. Or
things
it's
to
like, you know, like it's like Hera or something that's like Hellenistic or just really unique, cool idea.
Yeah.
On the belly, I'm just looking, catching up on comments here. So if you want to pop up, so as we do these, you can pop up the kits that we've got for today. So this one, that Ainsley's wearing right now, that's in under new. The Carter.
Yeah, I have
Okay.
the stuff here. It just needs to load. So
Right.
cart 100
Eyeballs.
for this one that I put on.
I think, Lynn, I think it might be, the one she's talking about is like, might be a revelation, kind of, scripture. I don't know. I'm just
It's
like,
the angels described in a very strange
Right,
manner
different.
with like a bunch of eyes. It has like a bunch of wings. Like I think it's like instead of like two, it's like a wing when it's like artistically
yeah,
portrayed. I think the name starts with an O, but I can't remember. That might not be right.
yeah.
I'm sure
We'll
somebody
have to
knows.
look it up. Somebody knows. Somebody on here that's watching knows, right? Are you still full screen?
No.
Oh, okay. I thought we could just go through the designs on full screen.
Well, I don't like putting them on until the very end. Because we won't be able to put on any of the earrings until the very end.
Okay.
Okay.
All right. So maybe just go through the construction of that one because we don't have more wings to demonstrate.
Where's the...
It's over there. It's over there because I added, it's not symmetrical because I added more chain onto it. So we will make sure that we give construction of that one.
No, I know that.
Yeah.
I just wanted you to hold it for 2 seconds.
Oh, okay.
So I could put this back on. I can't be here naked, guys, without my jewelry. It'd be a
She's just
disgrace.
gonna wait for the suspense. Peggy says creepy.
I think it's beautiful in like a really like weird kind of
Yeah.
way.
And I don't know how, I don't know if, because I haven't read it myself, how figurative it is.
Lynn said in Ezekiel.
Oh, it's in Ezekiel. Interesting.
Do you know the
Give
name?
me some homework to do.
Lynn, do you know the name? There's a specific name. Okay, guys. So, for the construction of this piece, you will hammer all of these leaves/feathers. That's not that hard. I just hammered it with the rounded side of with the smaller hammer. And then I relieved them with the block and connected them together, punched some holes here and here. I can't see you.
I know.
if you're-
I'm just gonna fix this really quick because we went in and out. There we go.
So you're punching some holes, and then we get down to here, and this is the part where you might not understand how to do it. So to keep these secure and not moving, because they will very easily move, we take our 2 feather/leaves and we go into the holes on the very top that are already existing. We're going to put our rivet through both of them and rivet them together. After we rivet them together, we are going to use wire for our bead. So we thread our wire through our bead, we do our loop on one side, this top side, our wrap loop. And then on the other side, we're going to pull our wire and we're going to fold up. So this is connected, come up and under and through. And then we're going to start wrapping around to secure it and keep it center and from twisting.
So how did you get those two to stay together? Did you rivet them together?
I already said that.
Or you resined it?
I riveted it together. The only reason I resined mine on the back is because we didn't have any more leaves, and I had already done so many variations to test it that I actually broke the top.
Gotcha.
So I initially riveted it, but because I had like already put them through too much, I needed to resin it to make sure it didn't come apart.
You had to support it.
Because,
give it some extra support.
Yes, because she had already been hammered and riveted, and I had already cut off rivets, and I had riveted again, and so she went through a little bit too much. Don't do what I did, and don't assault her like that, I guess.
Well, now you already know the plan of action. Sometimes
but yeah,
when
if you have an oopsie, you can just resin it to keep that rivet super secure.
Cool. I did put a rivet in the kit list, but we'll go through and double check the kit lists after.
Okay. Lisa Mack said what the name is.
Ophanim? Sherry says, my daughter wanted to be that angel for Halloween next year. Ophanim. Yeah, a couple of people
that would be
have said
a really cool costume. That'd be a really cool dress, actually.
It would be. Ooh,
because
there's a dress based on that.
Because you would have like a massive eyeball right here on the stomach, and then like some cool like wings coming out.
That could be cool.
That'd be a really cool dress.
Okay.
So there's that piece.
Probably the bird construction, since we won't be demonstrating that one.
Yeah, I just need to pull it up. So cart 101. You might want to screw down hole punch with this, otherwise you're just going to really have to use that grip with that hole punch.
I have weak hands, and I actually was able to punch the holes in the tail and the nose with the hole punch plier, with the pliers. So
yeah, there's a couple thicker spots here.
Yeah.
So you should be able to get away with it, but you definitely have to use a little bit of extra. So all we do is we are going to hole punch and hole punch. You're probably going to want to use your bead alt to, what's the word I'm looking for?
Enlarge the holes?
Yeah, to enlarge those holes there to make sure they're thick enough and it's easy. And then you will hammer it down. Also, another thing to note, especially on the last one, if there is a excessive amount of extra on the end of the rivet, you do need to trim that down.
Yeah.
Otherwise, it's just going to bend over and do something weird. So make sure to trim some of your rivets down if there is a lot of excess on the end there.
When we demonstrate doing the butterfly and the ring, we'll be riveting those. I trimmed the rivets on both of those. So we'll be showing riveting today, just not on the birds.
So you're going to do it right here on the wing and on his neck here. And then for the other bird, it's going to be right just below the point in his tail. And then on his wing here.
Do you want to show that over your wrist? I know we'll do the look before or at the end too, but it's just a really cool... It's just a really cool layout for a bracelet. I like the bracelets today.
Yeah, this is really fun. Also, you could totally use this as a necklace pendant. It does not have to be used as a bracelet. I did make it initially to be a necklace, but I was like, oh, this would be a really cool bracelet. So if you hang it like this and add a bunch of drippy beads, you could also do that. That is totally an option.
That could be cool too. Yeah, we needed
but we didn't need any more necklaces, so this is what I did.
For sure.
Okay, and then...
So I would say Lisa was talking about how she uses an old credit card to measure the height of the rivet. I think with these, it's longer. I leave more material than the traditional rivets.
Me too.
So it wouldn't be the credit card thickness, it would be thicker than that.
I would say probably 2 credit cards.
Yeah, like double.
Yeah.
Double of what you would leave with the solid standard rivets.
This one, you just simply hole punch. You're going to roll it to the shape of the wrist.
We can demonstrate that one
and
today.
then you're going to roll over the stem. So
but we'll probably
very, very simple
demo
construction
at least part of that
without the gents effects.
We can probably start diving into.
I'm just
one
getting
of the
all
techniques.
the cart numbers up there.
Oh, okay, sure.
Yeah.
That makes sense.
And then this is the butterfly. We did our rivets. And then obviously the gemstones. And then this earring.
So these kits are a really great way because they're pretty reasonable. They are a great way to use your rewards points. So if you made Black Friday purchases and got rewards for them and they're hanging out there in your cart, these kits are a really great way to use them.
This guy.
Ooh, Lisa, I saw your project too. Really beautiful deer and fairy tale feeling bracelet she put on. DIY with vintage.
Cool.
It's really cool.
And then, of course, the necklace that I am so partial to.
I love it. Now, I did finish it with leather for you. Is that what you originally intended?
I was kind of
Were you
thinking around leather. Yeah. And then, is there any ring kit, or is that only our ladies?
What's that?
Ring kit, or is that only for our...
The ring kit goes with, it's the earrings and ring
Oh,
together.
I didn't
It's a
realize.
set,
So
yes.
it's a set for the earrings and the ring. That's really
Yeah. It's got the earrings and ring because it uses some of the same components. Yeah.
cool. That's definitely good to clarify.
Yep. Comes with both.
And then, before we hop right into our effects, we're going to go over what we have in there. UV resin. Dun dun dun. You guys know the drill. Definitely need that. Brick red. Rust orange. Crimson red. That's not all. Metallic white gold. Bright green. Olive green. And metallic green. Those are the colors. So let me move this stuff over.
And our paint sale is still going on the website. So you can pick up those colors if you're missing something and you have most of the colors, supplement it right now. Well, you can get 25% off, I think. Is that right?
Give me a second while I clear my space here so we can get into our projects.
You're so nice and meticulous about it. When I clear off my space, I'm usually like, it's like that. We were
You want to know why? Because if I do that, then I know we're probably going to have to clean it up after. And it's significantly harder to clean it up after you just shove it to the side. Give me a second while I clear my space here so we can get into our projects. Apparently she's good at making mistakes now, too.
About it. When I clear off my space, I'm usually like,
just do your volume on your computer.
It's like that. We were
Want to know why? Because if I do that,
So, I don't know about you guys, but when something like that happens, sometimes it's like really easy, but sometimes my brain forgets where the buttons are. You muted Mom. Yes, you did.
I muted it so you guys weren't getting echoing. Like,
Yeah.
I would think that would be very annoying to hear the sound through there.
Yeah.
So.
She said, not one Ains, but two. What a day.
Two what?
Two of you. Because we had two.
Oh, yeah, two voices.
Okay, so which gemstone effects do we want to start first?
I'm starting with my green one.
Okay. And you just sanded, I would say, do your edges the way you did.
I did it after.
Oh, you did it after. Okay.
Yeah.
Is it easier to do it after or before?
It doesn't matter because you're doing the edges.
Gotcha.
So we're just going to close up our jump ring that we have. And guys, I forgot my glasses today because we switched to Friday and I don't have my book bag because it's Friday. So bear with me. So the very first thing we are going to do is we're actually going to take some Loctite to help secure it and create kind of a seal there to prevent the resin from spilling out the ends. So I just put it directly on here. I find it easiest to just pick up my stuff with my pliers, and I'll show you in a second, but let me zoom in for you guys so you can get a nice, stop shaking, nice clear view. So I just take my pliers and I like to pick them up like this, and then I like to just like do a bunch of little dots around. If I can get any glue out, I like to do that.
Is it coming out for you? Because
It is now.
Okay. If you run into that where your Loctite is kind of sealed over, I will use a head pin to clear it. And that works pretty well.
So I'll make glue. I'm just picking it up again with my pliers and I'm just setting it right on top of there. And then I kind of shift it into position for where I want it. And that is our very first step. Just kind of let it set there for a couple seconds. It's not going to be completely hardened in until like a full day. So just keep that in mind with your glue when you're gluing things. Do not expect it to set. Wait a full day for it to be super duper secure. So keep that in mind. Wait a couple more seconds here. And then we're just going to be taking our resin and doing a small base, just a small amount of resin, just to fill the bottom, and then we're going to paint right on top of that.
I find too that sometimes, so for mine, I didn't use the Loctite, but I think that's a really great idea to get it so that it doesn't leak. So if you find that, like a couple of mine, you can show the difference. I kind of skipped that step because I was in a hurry to get them done, but.
So at this point, I'm going to work very quickly because there's still a chance it might leak out. So I just do a small amount in and I immediately put my light right over top of it. If I waited longer for it to set, it would be even less of an issue, but you know, for your guys' sake and time, we are just going to let that does need to fill, and then get that in there.
Yeah, I did the same thing when I was creating.
You can just look
some of
at
the
me instead of
pieces.
that light. Or you can see the countdown here too, guys.
There
You
you
can
go.
see it with me. I'm going to let it get really, it's a decent amount of resin in there, so I'm going to make sure it's really, really nice and hardened. So I'm going to do a longer amount of time because if you don't do that, then it's going to be harder for it to get hardened later.
Completely cured.
Yes.
Yeah.
And you don't want it partially cured, otherwise it's easier to come off.
Yeah. So Peggy said, what glue are you using?
That was Loctite.
But do you want to, for people who maybe don't know, it is Super Gel Ultra Control Loctite.
And I am just going to put it on for 90 seconds, Lynn.
What setting do you use? 90 seconds, but there's only one setting on this UV lamp.
Corian just said
Quantity three
left of
the
our 12 days of Christmas.
One of those was supposed to be for you, though, Corian. That's what I put. Why I put 2. Should only be 2 available on the website. But because one of those is supposed to be for you. So we'll see.
Let me go back over to here. Okay. Now that we have that, we're going to go straight in with our metallic green. And then just make sure that you are shaking her up.
So, Lynn, if you want to really harden it, you can use more time. Like when I'm going in between layers, or if I'm just doing something to just set it, sometimes I'll only do 30 seconds. So you're not going to hurt it by going longer.
The more amount of resin you use, the longer it does need to cure.
So if it's a really thin coat, sometimes you can get it like pretty solidified after 30 seconds, but if I'm doing in between layers, you just want to make sure it's completely cured. And you can test that with like the end of a head pin and see if it dents. Now I'm curious on this one. I used the heat tool to like speed up the process of getting that completely dry.
And you actually do want to use the heat tool. Okay. I need my silicone brush.
Okay, so that should be sitting right was right on top of that mat when I left yesterday. Do you need a new one?
I just need my silicone brush. I think I saw it.
Why would it be in the water?
Well, I've not been able to find it, so I'm just looking here.
There's one in here. There's a pointed one. Here's one. Do you want the flat one though?
No, I want the pointed one.
Okay. Because there was a flat one that I saw that you'd used for the carnelian.
That's because I couldn't find the pointed one.
Okay, it's because somebody stuck it in the water.
I probably did it on accident.
What's cool about these silicone brushes, you can just wipe off the end.
Yep. So you don't have to worry about ruining them. So I'm just dragging this. And this is where I would really like my glasses, because it is very hard for me to see this from a distance. So I'm dragging this to the ends here. And actually, I'm going to absorb some of this up because there's a lot of bubbles here.
So can I ask a favor of you? Can you angle your camera to go for the side? Because it's just focusing on your thumb. It's like, it's making the back blurry. Let's see if that's
You need
better.
to cut some paper towel squares.
Do I?
Gonna absorb some of this. Try and get these bubbles popped. We do not want them. There is a ton of bubbles.
These scissors are getting dull. I think we need a new pair for the studio here. Your dad was like, he's like, I know we had like 3 pair of scissors in here. And I'm pretty sure I'm the one who took all the scissors because I took one to the garage and I took one to the studio. Shh, don't tell him.
I won't.
I'm like, well, I know we needed at least one.
Okay. So, now that we have that, we are going to use our heat tool. Do not be afraid to get up and close. It is good to get those cracks in there. It adds dimension.
Okay, so this is something Corian was talking about. and she was talking about how the paint will bubble if you overheat the metal. It does, Kathy. So this is one of those.
You can start to see those cracks forming. I want those.
This is one of the instances where we want it to bubble and crack. So sometimes, like if you're doing just like a really ultra smooth finish, you want to be careful not to get the bubbles, but in here, bubble away, right?
That should be dry.
Oh, Peggy was wondering what the number is on the silicone brush that you were using. Does it say the number on there?
Should be like 0 though.
It's
It's the smallest pointed
Is it
one.
worn off?
There's no number
There's
on
no
there.
numbers
I
on
just
those?
said that. There's
Okay.
no number on it.
Ah, the part number maybe. I can find that for you, Peggy.
Okay, now that we have that, let me get my other colors over here. We're going to add our olive green in. And we do not directly put this on. We do a little drop
Put
to
some
the
on your
side,
mat.
put it on the mat, and add it in.
So yes, this is definitely a lot different than the way I did it. Which I would say Ainsley's turned out superior, so.
So I'm going to take my olive green and I'm going to put it on the edges here.
Is it like a vignette, kind of?
And we're only going to do it in a
Pouring
small portion. Wipe that off. And do not be afraid to absorb some of that on the, in here.
Dab it up. I think too, like the carnelian and the adventuring mica techniques are like a little bit of a toned down Christmas feeling too, which is kind of fun. It's like not quite red and green.
Yeah.
Like it's a way to do it and use some of those kind of adjacent colors without getting so on the nose.
And then we're going to just heat tool it again. Again, don't be afraid of that texture. Okay, now we're gonna go in with resin again.
I'm surprised you had a straight face when the YouTube comments were coming in.
Why?
You didn't see them?
I saw some come in, but I didn't see anything that was that crazy.
No, sorry, go ahead. I was just being funny. Now making people, probably gonna make people curious. Don't let me interrupt your technique.
Then we're gonna just pull this to the edges. Okay. And then we are going to cure. And you're going to be back with me again. So horrible. I'm kidding. I washed my hair today, so it's a little crazy because it's not sitting right this morning.
You didn't put any product in it. It's just
No,
like
it's just
wash and go today.
Just wash and go. I feel like what's her name? Anna Wintour.
Yeah, it is giving me a little bit Anna Wintour.
But normally the ends aren't so poofy here,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
they just decided that they were gonna do that, and so here we are.
You gotta have a little bit more curl in your hair to be Miranda from Devil
she
Wears
has,
Prada.
like,
I know, like
the-
she's got like
I
the wave
love
go. But I
love
feel
the
like
short.
it has somewhat of this shape, but it's more curled.
Yeah,
in
guys, I don't know if you knew, but I am growing out my hair, but I question it every single day. I love my short hair. I love my short hair, but at the same time, I'm thinking long term, and I'm like, I don't think I want to have short hair for the type of wedding that I want to have whenever I meet the person.
Yeah.
And so it's gonna take a couple years for me to like meet somebody and be
Girl,
able
just
to get
a
married.
wig. Just get
No.
a really impressive one.
No, I don't
Like,
want
no.
to wear a wig.
Hey, Miranda Priestley hair was a wig in that movie.
but
Can you believe it?
I want to have long hair for the type of wedding that I want to have. And so realistically, I could grow my hair out nice and long by the time I think I would get married. But that's so far down the line.
Lynn says hair extensions. So, Lynn, I couldn't handle it either. I understand why
I would not be able
Ainsley
to do
can't
hair
because
extensions.
like anything that's near my scalp, no. Like any kind of snarl in my hair, like I brush my hair multiple times a day, I don't think I could handle that at all. Sensory thing maybe, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so is that cured?
Yeah.
Alright, back to
over here.
you.
So we can kind of see what it looks like right now. And you really need to pay attention to your placement here. We want to keep this noticeable, this background. You're going to get a lot of depth when you follow these instructions specifically, because this, look how deep that is back there, right? You can tell it's way back there. So part of it, this needs to stay completely uncovered. Do not put anything over here. Ka-chow, ka-chow. All right. Now that we have that, I am going to do, I'm going to first put my colors out here onto my mat.
Peggy says, keep your hair short. You appear so much closer to your age and not such a young little girl.
It's funny, guys, because in my calculus class, one class that I like talk to, we talk to each other decently.
Mm-hmm.
And the other day, I was telling one of the girls there about like how I loved it here way more than where I grew up, just because of people can be very gossipy there. And I was telling her about some of like the things that they had said about me, and she's like, "Oh my gosh, that's horrible." But she was like, wait a second, because she was doing the timeline, and I was like, yeah, I moved here like 5 years ago. So she understood I moved here 5 years ago, but I was talking about my senior year of high school, and I was still there. And she's like, wait, how old are you? And I was like, 24. And then the guy next to me, he's like, no, you aren't. He's like, you're joking, right? You're pulling my leg. You're not 24. No, you are not. And he's like, I thought you were 20 max. Max.
That's funny.
But they were in such, my whole entire table was in such disbelief. I thought it was.
But it does. I think the shorter hair does make you seem a little older.
Well, also not just the shorter
helps.
hair, it's the unnatural hair color.
Right, that and makeup, I think, help.
Because I still looked very, very young with my blonde short hair.
Yeah.
But I think the color blue hair, for whatever reason, really like helps age me up. Maybe just because I've gotten it professionally done.
Maybe.
And people who usually have blue hair, if they're a teenager, it's not done professionally because, it's expensive.
Because then it's experimental, right?
Yeah, and they just do it in their...
They probably did it in their bathroom.
Yes, exactly.
All right.
All right, so I am going to... let me look at this really quickly. I just need to get my bearings for a
Get your
sec.
point of reference.
Yeah. So I'm going to add a little bit more of that olive green, but we're not going to completely cover the area we did before. We're just going to keep it concentrated towards the edge. At this point, we do need to switch our brush, so if you could hand me where I can find one. I just need a brush that's smaller.
Oh, you're using that kind of brush, huh?
So give me 2 seconds to get this clean. This water needs to be dumped. Guys, harass her and make her do it.
Why am I always have to be the water dumper? I'm the garbage lady, the water dumper,
I dump the garbage all the time.
Who did it last time?
You, but
And
I
the
didn't.
time before
no,
that.
the time before was me.
Okay, if you say so.
Okay. She's very bitter over here, guys.
I'm not bitter. I'm just telling truth.
So I'm going to dapple this here. I don't have any color on it. I just have my wiped off. Dapple that, and then we're gonna go in with our white gold at this point. I'm gonna dap that on there. Trying to make sure I don't have too much. And then I'm going to also add just the tiny, not a lot, tiniest amount of that. Is it bright green or neon?
Bright
green. Tiniest amount, and then you're going to blend that in. We're going to repeat this step in a second because we want to add the dimension. So we're just going to repeat that after we add some resin, but let us secure this in. Lock her in with your heat tool.
I think that the bright green is the secret weapon color. I have used it in some of my favorite finishes. If you don't have this color, make sure you pick it up because it really just adds like that extra punch.
Yeah, I just want you careful. Don't pick it up like I am. I just have crazy mother hands, apparently. Putting my hands near the flames and touching the pans all the time. But you can already start to see the dimension that we're starting to get from just that first initial layer. We're going to go in with more of our resin in a second. I'm going to just let this piece cool down a little bit. Ooh, my eyeball. Guys, my eyeball feels assaulted.
Peggy says, Jean, next Friday you should switch positions with Ains. You will be the person presenting and Ains can be your servant.
I don't think she would like being on camera that much.
That much, no, because like
not
I just
worth
get so
it.
self-conscious of my RBF when it's the split screen, and I'm like, oh, I have to try to smize while I'm teaching or concentrating. It's not pretty, guys.
Okay, now we're gonna go in with another layer.
Ooh, interesting. Kathy said, did anyone see that the color of the year is going to be Cloud Dancer, aka white? How exciting.
Okay.
I've
added some more resin.
Or real excitement? Curious.
And we're gonna pull the resin to the edges here.
I mean, white can be exciting.
We want to leave enough room for it to that we can pile on more resin afterwards after this. So if you feel like it's going to spill over, that's probably a little bit too much. But this is a good amount still. And then we're going to cure it. We're going to cure her. She is going to be sickness free and you feel cured.
Oh. Cured.
Cured.
It's funny, she was like, how exciting, but it doesn't have an exclamation point.
Okay, guys.
So that means sarcasm, I think.
Okay, guys. So beyond this, I started like doing social media, and I just have a very small following that I have. So I wanted to like just talk about this because I want your guys' like opinions and perspectives. I also just think it's very humorous. So I posted this video about how I essentially, like, I posted a video about how I, like, what somebody my type is. I was like, oh, don't message me if you're these things. And then a bunch of people in the comments are like, I'm your type, all these things. And I was saying, one of the things that I said in there was, like, I would prefer somebody who's smarter than me, right? And so I was like, I made another video where I was complaining about all these people are, like, acting like they're making an assumption about me. They're making an assumption about my intellect. Either they're, so I was like, they're either, like, or you just must be extremely smart if you're to say that, right? and like acing everything, which is just an illustration of my point.
Right. It's just an example, right?
Or you think I'm very stupid. But a lot of people in the comments were very, very bothered by the fact that I had a perception that I'm intellectual, and also were very bothered that I was choosing to search for somebody who is smarter than me.
Well, you just want intelligent conversation, right?
Preference. As a preference.
Not
a requirement, a preference. So what are your guys' thoughts on this?
What's your opinion on that? Oh my goodness. Ooh, while we're waiting for that, because I know there's a delay, Peggy had a really great idea. Because if the color is white, right? She said next year we'll just create more opals and moonstones.
Look at this already, guys. So you're really starting to see this come to life. Look at it. There's already so much to mention. We're going to go one more time. And it's really going to take that... Oh my gosh, I'm stupid. I'm imbecile. Look at me. You just saying that I'm so smart and I can't even switch my camera.
Intellect and attention span are two different things.
Look how beautiful this dimension is. And I literally... Yes.
So have you put the gold in there yet?
I've already done a little bit.
Okay.
So you're already seeing this dimension. We're going to take it one more step further to get extra. But look at that blue fleck that's going there. It's like a cat eye almost. Look at that. It's so beautiful.
Doug says, he responded, he said, my opinion is that it doesn't matter what others think about you.
I agree.
Peggy says, are the people following you looking to be trad wives?
Yeah, no, I think some people. I think it was interesting because one guy was like trying to be like, oh, like this is, you don't actually want a smarter man, you just want a reliable, dependable man. And I'm like, first of all, you do not know me, and also that is not the reason that I want somebody who is smarter. And also a lot of people had assumptions about what I define smart to be.
That's interesting. Yeah. I think a lot of people in this day and age, right? Because social media is just it's created this environment where people just make assumptions after like a 20-second snippet of something somebody said. They define that as their personality or how they really feel. And I think a lot of people can't like understand sarcasm.
Yeah.
Right? And our family is like fluently versed in sarcasm. So like that's how I could read the sarcasm in the text there. I'm like, that sounds like sarcasm to me. There's no exclamation point. Even if there was an exclamation point, I think it's the emphasis, right?
I'm just adding more of that white gold. I do like to concentrate on the edge there a little bit. And then I'm doing tiny amount of that bright green.
Ooh, Connie says, you are allowed to want what you want.
Yes.
And vintage, which I'm not sure which one, if this is Corian or if this is Wendy. Book smart doesn't mean life smart.
Yep.
So true.
Yep, that was also a point that I was saying too, because I was like, some people were mad that I used the verbiage that I did, and I was like, I really agree. This is not a good representation. It was just to illustrate my point a little bit.
Oh, it's definitely Corian, because I'm looking up in the earlier comment, and she said, Ian knows that I am smarter and always right. Even if he doesn't think he knows, I know he knows. I'm one of those very competitive in all aspects. That's awesome. Definitely Corian. Lynn says, I dated lots of not so smart football players, but didn't marry one. You need someone that challenges you too.
And that was a major point of mine, because some people were very bothered by me wanting somebody very intellectual.
Yeah.
And I basically had to explain how, like, when I have not dated when people I've, like, not even dated, like, just, like, talked to, we've gone on a couple dates, when I am significantly smarter, or like they could be very smart people, not to say that there's some, they could be very smart, but I still, if there's a big enough disparity there, I take on this mentorship role that I don't like.
You don't want to be their mother.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I start to mentor them. I tell them how to do things. I become their like basis for emotional intelligence and normal intelligence.
Yeah.
And so it's like it's not balanced at all.
Well, we were talking about too that if you choose someone that is strong in the places that you're weak,
yes,
and vice versa, right? They don't have to be better than you at everything, and it's probably better if it's balanced that way. Like your dad and I have opposite strengths, which makes us a really balanced couple.
We are going to put our resin on the mat, as you can see, and we're going to drop it right directly on top of there, and we're just going to start pulling it over. This is just to make sure we do not get too much.
Ooh, and Janet says, I can tell you from experience, make sure you get someone intellectually your equal and has interests of their own. Looks will most likely fade.
Agreed. And then we're going to pull it to the edges here.
And Lynn is echoing balanced.
Yes.
Yes.
That is a point I made and talked about with some people in my comments there. But it's interesting because people get their backs ups to the things that I say a lot because they don't know me, and I'm very sarcastic, and they just think I'm being very straight up serious, but I just really, even if there's a little bit of truth to what I'm saying, I really exaggerate it.
I think too that people will misread your like playful attempts at, or like playful egotism as true egotism.
Yes.
Which is funny.
It's really funny because I had somebody like comment something about that, and then I was like, oh, this is literally just to illustrate the point. This is not true egotism. Yeah. I do this because it's humorous.
Because it's funny,
and people like enjoy watching that more than they watch somebody who's like, I think that I'm a really great person, but nobody wants to listen to that. How is that entertaining?
It's not very fun. Ooh, Marietta adds in, and keep you laughing and happy. I think sense of humor is a kind of intelligence.
It is.
Don't you think so?
Well, I think it falls under
if you're
emotional intelligence.
Yeah, and if you're witty too, it's like someone who says, you know, it also like, I think if you can tell a good story, that's a kind of intelligence too.
Emotional intelligence.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like if you,
because that's communication.
If you're an engaging storyteller, or if you have a sense of humor, those are things that go a long way, I think.
Yeah. Janet said for anyone else, make sure they give you a vintage budget. Yay!
Oh, Janet, you're awesome. Don't you love how like everybody on here is like so spot on about life?
Yeah, very spot on. Because it's realistically, I am the only person that it matters. It only matters to me who I date. That doesn't affect anybody else. Right. Yep. I'm the person who ultimately lives with that person for the rest of my life.
For sure. I think too that it's just so fun because I feel like with doing the lives that we've been doing the last, several years, few years, I don't know, like 3. What is it? 3 now? We've really found like our tribe, right? Of like thinkers and creators, and just I want to say how much we appreciate that for you guys that tune in every week and have engaging conversation and are our soul sisters for sure.
Yes, we're almost done with this right here. Peggy said, I knew someone that didn't marry someone smarter than her, and after a number of years, divorced him because she outgrew him.
Yeah.
And that is a big point that I made, is because if you're not with somebody who is going to help you learn and grow as a person, then what is the point? Because that is what we should all be striving for, is to improve ourselves.
Definitely.
So if somebody's not challenging you to improve, then you're going to be stuck in non-progressive and you're not going to live up to your full potential. And I'm obsessed with being my best version of myself.
If you couldn't tell. Are you on split screen now?
I will be in a second. Thank you for reminding me.
When we get all giddy over here, sometimes we forget to change screens.
Guys, look how cool that looks. How many of you are super excited to do this effect?
Jean says, I love this group, and Lynn says, the Vintage Tribe. Love it. And Doug says, so much wisdom here.
Look how fun.
So pretty.
One gemstone down. Can you believe that you can just make that and you don't even have to buy it? You just need the tools.
And you can make it to the exact size that you want it to.
Yes.
So this technique, if you want to do it in a cabochon, just reverse the order that Ainsley did things in. So you would start with your clear coat, then you would put in your gold highlights, then you would do your moss, then you would back it with the green on the very bottom of it. So you just do it in reverse order.
What do you mean?
The molds.
Yes. A molded cabochon.
Yeah,
okay,
if you wanted to
yes.
do a molded cabochon, you would just reverse the order.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay, I understand what you're saying now. I was thinking about a cabochon setting, and I was like, what is she talking about? I'm so confused.
Carmen says, looks beautiful. And Peggy says, you always get a lot of wisdom when women gather. And that is so true.
Crazy how that happens.
We're a very matriarchal society around here at Vintage.
Yes, we are. Sorry, Doug.
It's like Vintage and Doug. It's because it's Limu, Emu, and Doug. If he's still listening, he'll get a chuckle out of that one. Ooh, so Lynn says, love this. I'm going to try it after this live, after snow shoveling.
Ooh.
I've been putting that off. Vintage first. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
So you're doing the carnelian next,
Yes.
right? Now this one I feel like it's easier because you can just do your base color on the bottom and then just top it, right? Or do you like to get a good like variety in there?
Kind of crappy reliefing block.
It's not crappy, it's just used.
Well, it's not working very well.
Maybe you should have followed my suggestion to do it before you put your stones on there.
No, it just wasn't giving me any highlights. It's working. This one's working.
It was well used.
Yes, very well used.
So Janet says, I'm excited about the technique. I was doing these backwards, trying to attach afterwards. Much simpler and so pretty. Great results. Yes.
Yes. Super glad that you get to do this.
You can do it on a piece of tape, but I prefer to do it in place, especially when you have an uneven piece, which is a lot of our pieces have texture to them that we're doing today. This blank that Ainsley's working on is a very flat surface, but not all of them
Also,
will
you
be
could
like
definitely hammer this if you wanted to create texture.
Yes.
Just a friendly reminder, we considered doing that, but we did like it without it.
Yeah, I just thought it felt a little bit more modern feeling
Yes.
without the hammered texture in it. Peggy says, it's a well-loved reliefing block.
Well loved.
It's not
But I
crappy,
think
it's
she's
just well-loved.
I think she's really close to her grave.
But you know, because somebody just showed how they could put earring backs in the used up reliefing block and hold them while they're doing like gluing their stuff together. You can hold stuff in there. There are used for our used up
Very
ones.
thrifty.
Are you gonna do your carnelian in this one, or maybe we do that on one
Krista
of the other
said,
pieces?
love this. Where do you find inspiration to create pieces like this? On YouTube.
Okay, yeah.
And usually it just kind of is on a whim, honestly.
And our product line is pretty
also
inspiring.
I kind of looked at these pieces and they had such a beautiful Western feel. And so I felt like because
Are you full screen again?
no.
Because you're not showing anything.
No,
and-
I know. But they had such a beautiful Western feel to them that I kind of like, in the back of my head, there's like a little processing going on where I associate that with very beautiful gemstone things. And so I went through and I looked, I was like, okay, this is a Western feel. I want to add like some clustery gemstones. And then I was like, okay, what gemstones do I want to do? And so I started looking into check glass cabochons. And then after looking into check glass cabochons, I picked one that I wanted to try and imitate. And then I created my imitation process. And so I thought that would be like a cool technique. So a little bit of just like getting inspired from other places, I would say.
Awesome.
All right. Which one do we want to do, the carnelian then?
Yeah, so I thought let's do the hammering on this leaf, and then you can
just flatten
do
it?
I just flattened it out. Where's the bracelet for that? Yeah. And then I thought you could do this big carnelian one, and I will do the goldstone one.
Did you use the Big Daddy?
I did use the Big Daddy. So this is the 8-ounce hammer, guys.
How flat does it need to be?
Pretty flat. And the reason that I flattened it pretty well is to give it better surface for adhering.
I assumed as much. Okay, perfect.
Janet also said, my well-loved reliefing blocks are great for pulling off the sections of sandpaper, then use them as a cloth. Works great for getting in little spaces.
Okay. So here's
Here's your inspo
first piece.
And I thought this would be a good place to demonstrate the carnelian because there's more space for the variety of the colors too.
Yeah, so the carnelian's a lot simpler. It's just mostly you kind of mixing the color a little bit to get a little bit different color.
You can do a variated one though, because you could leave a little variation.
I do.
Yeah.
But I do mix my main color that I want to use,
Sure.
and then I add my variation. Give me a second. I just need to close this jump ring. I need 2 pliers to make sure it's nice and crisp and clean.
Nice and tight.
Crisp and clean.
Okay, so why do you want to do that?
Otherwise the resin's going to spill out.
I know why. But
I said it earlier too, though. We don't want our resin to spill out, so we're going to close it up nicely.
I think it's easier to get it if it's level too.
Yeah,
If it's
it will
closed,
sit flat.
Yeah. If it's closed really perfectly, then it's going to sit level when you're gluing it down.
Okay. Let us create our security with our Loctite super glue.
Corey said she has to go help Kieran fill paints. Yes, we're having a paint sale today, guys. So that should apply to the set that we have today. It should apply. I mean, it does apply to all of our paints. So if you need to fill in colors, go to vintage.com and do that.
Just set that on there.
Do you want to glue the other one on there too, so that it has time to like set up while you're doing that? The one that I'll use for goldstone.
Yeah, just give me a minute. I'm in the middle of doing this one still. Still has a bit of a gap here.
So this one is gonna have a little bit of a gap. So this is
I'm just trying to get as much as I can, but it's not complete.
When you're working on pieces like this, it's not gonna completely be filled in. So what Ainsley
the larger
was
the
saying
one,
earlier,
the less. I feel like the smaller ones is going to be a little bit easier to get it completely filled in.
It is. So like Ainsley was saying earlier, her first step where she's adding that first set of resin and then getting her lamp on it immediately is gonna be crucial to these.
Yeah, it's a lot more pivotal for this one.
Yeah. Thank you, Peggy. She said she loved and shared the video today. It really helps us out when you guys do that, so we really appreciate it.
Getting my glue here. And I just popped that comment up for you guys. Don't forget to love the live. It helps tremendously. Then I'm going to use my pliers to set down our little jump ring on top of it.
Did you already turn that off?
Yeah.
All right. When is the sale ending? Before you dive back into that, I'm just going to answer this quickly. For Sherry, it ends on Sunday night. Okay, so you have just through the weekend, and that's it, finito.
Just give me a second here, guys. I need to back this up so that we can work nice and quickly, and I'm not going to have anything get in the way of me moving my lamp. So I'm going to do my drop. I have my, sorry, I'm just making sure this is in camera. I have my resin going. I'm gonna have it on one side like this, and then my light is over here. My hand's gonna be here for my light. If you have a flashlight, you could do that as well, but I recommend the bigger light just because it's gonna get more into there.
I think
it's a little more powerful.
The flashlight can be useful. I do find myself going back to this light more and more because the flashlight is not as strong.
Yes.
So it's not going to cure it as quickly. So it's kind of a trade-off there.
So I have a little bit better of a seal on this side, so I'm going to concentrate a little bit closer over to here, but still keep it fairly center. And I'm going to immediately put it over even if it doesn't touch. Even if it doesn't touch the edge, we're still going to move it over because it will come out.
And Connie, yes, all the paints used today are in the complete sets that are sold. So if you were using all antique colors today, so if you get the complete set of metallics and the complete set of standard colors, you will have all the colors.
And I'm not going to let it cure as long. We will do a hard, fast cure, but I'm going to check and see how much of it is covered in there and then go back in with a little bit more if I need a little bit more. So just doing a quick little 30-second cure.
Lisa says, I recently duplicated a red and black agate stone. I have a gorgeous strand of natural beaded stones, but I wanted to create a necklace using my cabochon frame from Vintage. It came out superb.
So you'll notice we have a pretty decent seal on this side, but we're gapping over here. So we're just going to go in really quickly, do the same thing. I'm going to try and keep it light with my resin. Not a lot of resin, just like as little as possible.
So this is where it really helps to have this thin-bodied resin like we have here because it gets down into all those little cracks. And I would say the texture that's in the back really helps secure it because it just kind of like grabs on to the little striations that are in the piece.
I'm going to try and get this to move over here a bit. Starting to go. Immediately cure.
Are you
Sorry, they couldn't see that, but they get the idea.
Did you?
No, I didn't.
I mean, just right now, are you gonna swap over?
It doesn't matter because I'm already under the light again.
You know what I can do is I'm just gonna bring it like that so that they can see some of that when we're on full screen too. And your lovely yerba can adds so much to the ambiance, don't you guys think? It adds to my mood. You guys, we were kind of running late this morning and I was like, there's none in the fridge. I have to have my yerba. Ainsley, you're gonna run into the gas station and grab 2 of them as fast as you can and we'll get down to the studio. And look we made it with our yerba intact. I'm having the Awakening Orange, which I needed awakening today, guys. And Ainsley's got the Revel Berry. So, which one do you think, which flavor sounds saucier to you?
All right, that looks decently covered. I'm just gonna go back in with a little bit more resin to make sure this is nice and even because it's not even at this point. But now we have like a decent seal. We got a tiny bit of spillage, but not a ton, and it's not that noticeable. I'll show you. You can see a little bit right there.
You could be really picky pants and probably X-Acto knife that stuff off if you were being really particular. But I think it helps kind of secure it as well.
Yeah. I'm just going to get this nice and even on here. Spread this to the edges.
Take a look to see where your leaf is on your layout and maybe center it a little bit more.
And then once we have this step done, we're just gonna go for a desync.
It's Revel, but Peggy said Rebel berries is so appropriate for AIDS.
How do you
I
guys
think
see
it
me?
does kind of like match our moods today, right? Rebel berry and awakening orange.
Well, I think it's funny because a lot of people were like, some of the comments that I get are like, stop pretending to be this nice, innocent person you don't have as fool. We all know what you're really like.
You're like,
I'm
what
like,
you see is what you get. Like, there is no difference between your on-screen persona and what you get in everyday life.
Yeah.
It's just
the only
like,
thing that
it's not
people
like
in
that.
everyday life get different is I do have more serious conversations in everyday life than I am on the internet.
Yes.
But
that's just like, yeah.
But
It's not
apparently,
like it's a
guys,
fake version of
apparently,
you.
guys, I'm very evil secretly, and I'm out here to destroy men's lives.
It's that siren hair and siren eyes, so
Or-
you must be.
Or the other side is I secretly want to be a trad wife when I really do not want to be. That sounds like my personal hell. I could
Whoa,
not
she's
do
getting
that.
a little saucy there.
I could not do that. That would be very difficult for me to
Yeah,
do. It'd
you
be a
know what?
very difficult lifestyle
as
for my
much-
personality.
As much as I enjoy motherhood, and it always came first for me, I always had needed to have something that was my own identity.
Right.
Right.
And
yeah.
there's no shame to that for anybody
Yeah.
else. I think it's really great for the people who love it, but it's just like I can't just do that.
I don't think anybody should only have that as their identity. I think
Yeah.
it's dangerous to your own, even if everybody is perfectly wonderful to you and that all works out perfectly. There's something to be said by not having too much of your identity wrapped up in one thing.
Mm-hmm.
And even though I would consider myself a fairly balanced person, with that, I think I still did.
Yeah.
That still happened to me.
Yes.
So it is a tough thing for mamas out there doing
Absolutely.
it. It's never, and I love people that cheerlead all forms of women and how they choose to live their
Yes,
lives, right?
me too.
We're for all of you guys. Ooh, look at these cute little this little design I'm making over here. Isn't that cute?
Yeah. Yep, exactly,
Yep,
Peggy. Not everybody is
definitely.
meant for that, and that is certainly I am not meant for that. And I really want to be a mom. Like I really
Yeah.
want to have kids. It's a huge, huge like
Do you want to
goal of mine.
switch
over.
switch over so we don't forget?
I told myself I was gonna do it, and I still didn't do it. I'm too distractible by exciting topics of conversation. So I just did a small dot of that crimson red. I'm gonna add a small dot of this orange here. This is rust orange. And then we're gonna add more of the brick red. The crimson red is the most powerful, so do not be afraid to be generous with the other colors. Or brick red, The crimson red is very powerful. Don't
Yeah.
be afraid to be generous with the brick red. With your dots.
So you're adding them all to that same pile.
Because
to get
we're
your
just
base
getting
color.
our base here. And we're gonna get more of this muted red. Not too brown, not too bright red. This is just like our perfect red here. And we're just gonna do our nice little base layer.
So true. Peggy says women are quite capable of being more than a single type of person. Yes and yes. And so are men.
Multifaceted.
I think men can be really like engaged parents too, and it's selling them short when they think that that's just not their territory, right?
Yep.
Plus, like, hey, I really appreciate that my husband loves the domestic task of baking. Because I don't love to bake, but I enjoy baked goods.
I really hope that I get with somebody who loves cooking and baking, because I do not love cooking and baking. I will do it because I love a person. I will cook and do these things
for them.
Because I love them.
But not for the joy of cooking.
But not because I enjoy it. I really don't. I do enjoy eating though, and I enjoy eating the food that I cook. But I still don't like cooking.
It, right?
Okay. At this point, we're already starting to get our color nicely in there. It is a little bit too shadowy for what I want. So we're going to go back in with our wet paint again on top of this. And then we're going to add some more of our other colors in a second. So I'm just going to do a thin layer here for baseline color. And then I'm going to add some more orange in here in a second. Add some variation, so let me put some of that on my mat. I'm gonna add some of this orange in here for some variation. And then I am going to put the resin on my mat, and we'll use our silicone brush. I know you guys can't really see that resin bubble, but we are going to use our silicone brush to pick it up. Let me shift it for you guys. Get a little bit of a better view. Side note, remember that it needs to cure for much longer when we have our wet paint mixed with our resin. So keep that in mind. Same thing with our Loctite, like you should wait longer for it to be fully cured. So I'm gonna add this right on top and pull it to the edges.
Lynn says, I love baking and enjoy cooking most of the time, but a man that can do that too is great.
Yes.
And Peggy says, my son is an excellent hubby, father, and son. He gets involved in the cooking, baking, raising the kids, cleaning, laundry, etc. As it should be.
Good job, Peggy.
As it should be.
Good job raising one that does that. All right, then we're gonna cure it for a long time. It was interesting because one of the guys was like in the comments that he was like, you know, like the qualities that you're looking for aren't very common, but like I wish you the best of luck. And I was like, yes, I'm very aware. Not very common to find somebody who's very intelligent and very emotionally intelligent. Because it's kind of like a lot of people who are very intelligent lack emotional intelligence and are kind of stunted emotionally in that area.
Yeah, they have to work harder, I think. And it's just like what your brain's tuned to. It's not that you can't be, but it is harder. And it can be harder for people who are highly intelligent to have, you know, things like empathy for people who aren't. So it, that definitely can be a challenge, for sure. Oh, so Monica says, I enjoy baking and cooking, but I like making jewelry more. My husband is a good cook and will bake on occasion, especially cookies. Hey, so my plan worked. Last night before bed, I took a bite out of one cookie and left it there because I'm like, oh, I don't want the rest of it. And guess what was the only cookie left when I came downstairs this morning?
The one with the
bite out of it. I reserved it for me. Like, I didn't want another one, but I wanted it saved for me.
That is so funny.
Ooh, Janet says, I'm good with meals of 45 minutes till dinner. My husband is an oven cooker. His meals are better. Yeah, I'm like the one pot meal kind of person. Whatever can get it out the door quicker, for sure.
Almost
You
there.
almost done with that carnelian?
Yes. And then all we're gonna do, I just need to pick this up, guys. Sorry, so I can look at it closely. So we're gonna do one final little bit of resin, and it's just to even out this top, and we're gonna do the same thing. We're just gonna pull it. We're not gonna dump it on. We don't want to have too much resin on there, so I'm just gonna do a small amount, and I'm gonna layer it right on top there.
Monica says, a bite missing would not stop my husband from eating the cookie. Most people in our house too, though, I think. Like, if they're desperate enough, right? If they didn't already have 3 cookies, would probably eat it.
Yeah.
We're like, okay, to a weird extent, people steal each other's beverages in our house. Like,
I don't do that though. I'm the one person who doesn't do that, but all of the others,
like, or their glass. Like,
yes.
if it's out, like, they will take that glass, which, I mean, it makes less dishes, but I just think it's funny because a lot of people have, like, a boundary about drinks. But nobody really has, like, a beverage boundary.
The amount of times, my brother that, like, is, gone, Dallin, the amount of times I've caught him picking up my glass and drinking it. I'm like, what are you doing? That is mine. And like, he's like, huh?
Oh, it was out.
It was out. You weren't drinking it. And I was, even if I was, like, in the middle of, like, drinking it, like, and I just set it down for a couple seconds, I'm like, half the time I would catch it, I would be like, put that down.
This, a fun master class would probably be taking things to the next level and making full-size cabochons out of these effects, don't you think?
Oh, for sure.
Which I don't know if we have enough leather here for you to do your master class idea for Monday.
That's a good question.
Which is the big leather necklace.
Give me a second here.
Unless you do it out of, no, we've got this whole spool of that color. Is that the color you used, or you used multiple colors? So we might need to use those 2 colors if we don't have enough.
There's more colors up there.
There's more colors up there.
Yeah, that's where all the leather is. What was I gonna say? That's almost done there. This is our final step here. It's just that thin layer over the top. So yeah.
Janet says, my husband was single for 15 years before we met in our 50s and told me he was fully domesticated. He really is. Does it all. It's been 10 years and he has stayed domesticated. LOL.
That's very funny.
Peggy says, I have boundaries on drinks and food. Yeah. You know, so the funniest thing when your dad and I were first dating was like, I always wanted a bite of his dessert. And he was like, I ordered this because I liked this and I wanted to eat the whole thing. He's had to soften to that over the years. I'm like, and I think the trade-off where he was like, okay, I appreciate this, is I would always give him my dessert to finish.
Yes.
So he's like, okay, it's worth it because I'm getting more than I'm giving you.
Yeah.
But it was like, that was definitely an adjustment.
I always think it's funny because there's these videos on the internet where the guys are like, me waiting for my girlfriend to finish her be done eating so I can eat it.
Yeah.
But really, I feel like I'm going to end up with somebody where it's like the opposite.
Right.
And I'm going to be over here like
Waiting
side-eyeing
for
their
them to
food.
That's
or
funny.
or eating part of their food and then they're over here hungry.
But I think we're definitely like everybody order different things and then try some to see if you like it, right?
Yeah.
Like, that's the way we always were. And probably just because I came from a big family.
here is, let me get a good lighting position here because I feel like this lighting's kind of crappy to show. Also very crappy.
Maybe
This
this
is
got
very-
moved. Is that making a shadow? Is that better?
I still don't think they can see it very well. This is slightly better.
Oh, you can, I don't think it's bad. I think maybe it's just the way your display is looking right now.
I think it's the reflection, to be honest. Like this light is like reflecting on it kind of. Here we go. Yeah, it's like that light reflection.
Yeah.
So you can see the nice dimension here. Gives it more of like that realistic effect. Very cool, very cool.
Nice, nice. Okay, so should I hop in and do the Goldstone one?
Yes.
You can leave.
Okay, jump
all
over the
stuff
table.
there. Woohoo! Hop to. I said hop in. I didn't say hop from over here. All right. It's on split screen still?
Yes.
Okay. Gotta take off my poncho because it's getting warm in here. I suppose we could turn that down a little bit, but. Okay. This one, you guys are gonna be shocked at how fast this goes because I'm a shortcut lady. So Ainsley has already done the gluing down, so I'm just gonna blop a little bit in here. And then that's a little bit more than I want at this point. Okay, so I'm gonna absorb a little bit out because I put in more than I wanted. This isn't really leaking, which is nice. And then I'm going to put this on for about 30 seconds. We will cure this. This is going to be speed technique,
Careful of
guys.
your resin there because if it fell over,
It will
would start
spill.
to cure it and
Like,
spill.
Guys, put your lids on your resin when you leave it on your design table. I never do. And then you know what happens is a sticky mess. And then I end up having to just like
Also, I cleaned
clean
up her
it.
massive sticky mess because there is no lid on. I don't even know where the lid is anymore
I don't know where it
because
went.
she didn't put it back on there.
I
And I found it in our tool tray with resin all over the tool tray, and I had to wipe it up. I mean, like, guys, can you see my hands? It was like that much resin all over it.
Okay. Stop telling on me. Shh.
Guys, be more cleanly than her.
Okay. So that's cured enough. Now, just for you guys, this is so easy, this effect is. So you're going to be shocked. Look how lightning fast this is. Now I've just taken Brick Red. This is from our antique line. Right? This color. This is going to be our base color for the effect. And I'm just going to cover the bottom. The resin is already cured underneath here. Covering it, and I'm going to flash dry it using our heat tool. Get that completely dry. See, we help each other. I take out the trash 75% of the time, and she cleans up after me occasionally. Okay, so that's dry. Now we're going to put some more resin in. Layer here. Okay, and then I'm going to put my white gold
Are these gold ear wires?
right here. They are gold plates, yes.
I'm making myself
have
some
that.
earrings.
We might have that in silver plate too. But I don't know that we have it here. If you're looking for stuff for next week.
No, I'm not. I'm looking for
'Kay.
myself because my earrings fell out.
So,
My stud earrings fell out.
I see.
Not our earrings. You would think our earrings would be the one to fall out because they don't have a backer. but-
Okay. All right, I gotta like explain here now. So
Interesting how that happens. You do the same
wait,
thing to
you don't
me.
tell me. Being conversational, I'm just being polite. Okay, so what I'm noticing here is I've overfilled it a little bit. Before we go into curing, I'm gonna make sure that we get that any excess wiped up. So I want a little less in there because I'm messing around with it. So absorb a little bit, clean up any around here, and then I'm putting little dots of this. And what I'm trying to do is get it to break up a little bit because the goldstone, like in this finished one that I have here, so if I can get this look, is more, you can see a lot of that color coming through. So that's why I keep messing with this. And it helps if you put some in and then you put another layer on top of it. It helps break it up a little bit. So this is really pretty. It's giving me a little bit more peach moonstone. And so at this point, but again, it's like it's spilling a little bit. So this one's a very small one. So we want to make sure that we clean that up in between if it's doing that. I think what I'm going to do actually, you know what I just did? It's really dumb as I drug that through the paint. There we go. Okay, so just breaking this up, and then I'm using this head pin. That's pretty good. Okay, so I'm going to cure this. This time I'm going to do it for like 90 seconds maybe, so that I can get that a really good cure on it before I top coat it. What is excellent? Is the technique excellent? Is the cool leaf that we're working on excellent? Curious. Okay. All right, so this has just about 30 seconds left on the timer, so I'm going to test that. So this is what I was saying before. If you want to test your layers to see if it's cured enough to move on, you can just put your head pin on here and that is cured enough. So I'm going to go ahead and put this last like dome top coat bit on here to get my gem dome. Get it real domed up there, and then move this over and cure it again. And then we are done with the goldstone. So really easy, 2 steps, brick red on the bottom, and then cure, dry it, and then put just broken up metallic white gold on the top, and then top coat it. So really easy. What earrings are you making for yourself?
I'm just prepared for my second since I don't have any studs. So I just used the
and there we go.
drops.
There we have our goldstone technique. Really pretty. You know, it's not an exact replica for goldstone, but when you want that feeling, it's really amazing. And I just thought it was a fun third accent color for this and the green. Like these colors together. If I can get it onto the screen, there we go. Just think they're so complementary. Okay, what do we want to move on to? I think, so an important thing is riveting
Just explain I would say just explain the rivet.
Yeah, so I'm looking at, so these are the ones that we really need to demonstrate it on, I think. So if you want me to, I can demonstrate the rivet portion of this.
Yeah, if you want to.
But if you want me to, or if you want to do it, you can do it.
I don't care either way. I can make myself another pair of earrings.
It's just like a break. I can do that. Maybe make it so. Maybe
also,
change.
you guys, I can make these earrings if you bought. What did this come in? These red drops came in something recently. Corian did.
I'm not sure.
Something of Corian's you can buy these in. It was like not the loop, but the other one. Maybe the stash.
Yeah, I'm not sure, but that they might not be available anymore. Too. So.
Well, that just means you need to get the stash so you don't miss out on these random designs I do.
Okay, so I'm going to do the rivets for this because Ainsley created the idea, right? So she was like, I want to do the shape of these butterflies and layer them. So if you had the warehouse loot, you got it like this. It's already been antiqued. The one that's on our website doesn't have antiquing, so you would just put some sienna brown on this to get this color.
Lisa said, the color and layers are limitless and wonderful.
Oh, thank you, Lisa. So I need to just zoom this out just a little bit so I've got a little bit better working window here. And I'm just going to take, these come with this ring already in them, so I'm just taking that out. And then the frame, now if you get it on the webs, if you get it in the kit, it's not going to come with that ring in it. If you get it in the warehouse loot, if you've already ordered that, then it would have had that jump ring in it. So I'm going to add my holes now, so I just need the hole punch plier.
I don't have the hole punch plier.
Okay. Maybe it's in your little tool pile over here.
Probably.
Hiding under a bead mat. Okay. Remember, look at comments. Don't just make earrings. Support me.
There's only one more comment, so I feel like I'm doing fine. There's
She's doing a good job, guys.
You're not doing enough. You're not doing a good enough job creating interesting conversation, Mom.
I'm not, but I don't necessarily. The person over here doesn't necessarily drive that always, right?
Our last conversation was all from me, so it's your turn.
It's my turn. Sorry, I can't walk and chew gum at the same time. I got to think about the technique. Okay, so if you notice here, there's this little dot, and we're going to put our hole right adjacent to that. This comes down to a point here. That is where we're going to be adding these holes on each side, and that's going to be the perfect layout for the butterfly. Go here, and then we'll do one the opposite right on the other side. How do you buy these products? So we have kits that are available for what we're working with today, and then the individual pieces are also available at vintage.com. So if you pop over to YouTube, you can give them a link to new. Everything that we're working with today is under new. So I don't know about you guys, but sometimes when I'm lining stuff up, I lose track of where I am on the piece. And so I'm just lining that up and making sure I'm punching the hole in the right spot. Because I can get distracted and then punch the hole in the wrong spot. And then you're like, darn it. Okay, second hole. It helps when I have one piece done, and then I can just use that as a template and I don't have to pay attention so hard anymore. Okay, so yeah, I love it. So Ainsley had this idea, and then after she came up with the idea of the gems on top of the birds, I was like, oh my gosh, I can't wait to put those on top of the butterfly as well. And you know, you don't have to use these colors. We have other gemstone effects kits that demonstrate some really pretty color combos. There's some pink quartz and some labradorite kits on there as well, which could be, I mean, just really great options as well. Okay, so this one already comes with a hole on this side, so we're just going to mirror it and put one in the exact same spot on the other side. So we'll line it up here and punch that hole right in the corner. All right, so as Ainsley was saying when we were talking about riveting earlier, for these particular rivets, you want to expand the hole just a little bit, but I do need the awl if you know where that is.
It's in front of you. It might be on the mat in front of you. Yeah, it's like somewhere in there. It's right here.
Okay. Hiding behind the monitor, guys. Okay. So we want to expand these a little bit so that our rivets fit really smoothly in here. And so these will come in the kit as well, are these tube rivets. Otherwise, if you're searching on the website, I believe it's RV040. So we want to make sure that that can just slide right in there. So it's a little bit too small still. Ainsley, it was your pink quartz technique that I fell in love with. I think Mackie might have taught that one. Did you also teach the pink quartz?
I can't remember. I don't remember the things that I did.
I think Mackie originally did it. Ainsley may have done a second. And, you know, honestly, like when you first came back and were doing lives for us, you were still recovering from your jaw surgery, right?
Yeah.
And I feel like a lot of that time
is a bit blurry.
It's like a little bit of a blur for you, right?
Yeah, I don't really like.
I don't totally remember.
I have very good memory, but I can't remember a lot from that time.
Yeah. So we just keep like going back and forth until it's the right size. Also, you know, if you have a screw down hole punch that's a little bit larger, you can use that. You can maybe stretch it out, double punch. So I just really want to make sure. I think I just need to put like a little bit more oomph bite behind it. Hubby needs to make a tool display holder for you. Yes, he does.
I don't think he'd like hearing you say that. You better keep your mouth shut.
That'd be a good Christmas present.
He's done a lot. That's true. It could be.
He always has stuff on his honey-do list, and he's usually like, okay. And
he always has like this really long list of things.
He has like that. Well, he'll like sigh about something, and then he finishes, and he's like, "Oh, look at this really great thing that I did."
Yeah.
So it's like a double edge, right?
It's funny. He just gets like he's like, oh, one more thing,
another thing, right?
It's never ending.
This house, okay, so that's good. I just needed to put a little bit more muscle behind it. You don't need to finagle with this forever. If you just put a little bit more force behind making these holes just a little bit bigger. And that's just going to make it easier to get these rivets in here. Probably took more time than I needed to because I don't have like as much hand strength, guys. Okay, so we're going to line this up.
I'm just a poor weak little girl.
I mean, in that regard, that's kind of true. Okay, so I will show you from the back on this one. We're just getting that all the way in.
So helpless.
And because this hole is kind of tight, it's gonna somewhat hold that in there while I'm lining this other piece out. When I did the first one of these, I riveted, I didn't rivet them I didn't get them all lined up at the same time, and it was harder. So this is the way I would suggest doing it, is getting all of your layers first. Don't rivet one and then the other, get it all set in there first. Because it's easier to mess with it at this point than it is later. getting a little off screen. You're not keeping me honest over there.
I can't see your screen. You have to remember it's delayed.
I know, but you know. You say watch out for that. You remind me. It's your job, right? Give me a hard time. Harass me. Keep it interesting. Gotta entertain the troops. Okay, so, ooh, actually this is a really good solid thing to do. Hold it like this and get that fed in there. I think this is just a slightly challenging. Maybe my hole back there is not quite as big as I need it to be. What do you think? This is where I get like the concentration face. Okay, this is what I'm gonna do actually is come in from back here. Make sure that's lined up. I feel like we should have music or something. Take away the tension. Okay, I'm gonna just, for a second here, bring this up to where I can see it better. Because when you have it away from your body, sometimes that's tricky to do. Any comments from the peanut gallery?
Just Peggy trying to tell me that I could make that, but that's not happening.
You could make what?
Your display.
Oh, you could make it.
Yeah. Should I choose? But that is not my
That's not how you choose to use your time?
Yes, I do not have that kind of time.
She's a little busy right now with working full time and going to classes. Full load. It's got her
very tired.
Like one man band-ish.
Worn out.
Okay, I promise it is not this difficult. Okay, so what I did was take that out, and I'm just gonna bore this a little bit more. Maybe it's the wrong call to do them both at the same time, because I didn't do it that way the first time. I did one and then the other. So maybe that's what I
Peggy
end up
said
doing.
this is where the piece would sprout wings and go flying.
You're like, oh, my frustration level is too high.
Ooh, pretty good for...
There we go. I got it, guys.
Pretty good pairing for
Okay, so tip here to avoid the struggle. You have all your holes punched. Take your awl and bore through both of them together at the same time. This is why we struggle, is so that you don't have to. When you're putting these together, you just put your awl through and it will get it all nice and lined up. So we have both sides in there. And this is where we were saying earlier to trim off the excess, because there's more than you need here. So let me just make sure we're getting this on screen so you can see my rivet is right here and it's a little long. I'm really pressing down on this side here so you can see there's excess length here. So I'm going to take the...
Are you on camera?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I am. I checked. But I do need the wire cutters, which I think you do have. Okay, so I'm going to clip off some of the top of this. A little bit of the extra. Get that started.
Use the pointed side. I always use the flat side personally.
To get it started, I always mushroom it out using this side. And then I finish it with that. So that side's done. And then we've got this one to do. Just make sure you press this down really well so this is sticking up. You want a really good, secure. And yeah, I'm thinking, now that I'm looking at this, it's like maybe double the thickness of a credit card is what we're using. Yeah, I just feel like it mushrooms out a little bit better. And it's just like an old habit from, you know, the old style of rivets that we would always do. So there we go. That took way longer than I did it the first time. But sometimes it's good to show those struggles because then you go, okay, here's the tip.
And these are the tube rivets.
So really
rivets,
go.
Peggy.
Yeah.
I
They're
don't know the size, but they're the tube rivets.
RV040 if you go to the website, and you should have some on hand if you've ordered rivets before. So, and if you're buying the kit, this comes with it. So look at that. Even without the gems on there.
But yeah, these are
so complimentary too.
These are my favorite rivets because they look the cleanest in my opinion. Like
I think so too. Like these are all I use now.
Yes, because they just look super duper clean. Unless I need like a super long one. What did YouTube said something?
I have seen your product at craft stores. Didn't know about your live channel. Great to watch the creativity. Thank you.
Yeah, we're super excited for you to join us.
You know,
we do this now every Friday, and then Wednesdays we have a special sale.
Yes, yeah. So on Wednesdays we have a warehouse sale, which includes demonstrations, and then every Friday we have one of these classes. So you get to see lots of inspiring techniques every week. Try tapping the screen. Why?
For what?
I don't know. Maybe she's answering somebody's
maybe.
question from before. So what I'm gonna do, because I do want to show like some of the ring thing.
Yeah.
I'm gonna rivet this off screen while you demonstrate. What else do you have to demonstrate? Probably this wire wrapping.
Oh,
for this one.
I guess so.
Yeah. If you would do that, so guys, while Ainsley's doing the wire wrapping to save time, I'm gonna off screen, I'm gonna rivet this. All right. So all we're doing is adding a hole to the top and bottom and then riveting this on, and then I will show you the ring bending after I'm done.
Where did you put the Swarovski?
So there's some here. Which is
I
not
think
it.
it's over here.
And there's some over there, and there's some over there. So in one of those spots. All right.
Because I cannot showcase it if I do not have the bead.
Yeah, that would help if you had the bead, right? There is wire here, though. I did get that out for you.
Where are the other? Did you stick it somewhere like over here?
Yeah, right there. The one that's sitting vertically.
Where?
Right there. Right next to your hand. Reach out forward. No. That way. Sorry, my depth of perception is. Just sit down. Just sit down in front of the screen and I'll find it for you. Because I don't know where it's at because. Is it this?
No, that's a Galactica.
Oh, I don't know. Good question. Good guys, we're looking for Swarovski.
Dragonfly. Ooh, that looks pretty, whatever it is, but that's not.
Well, we're gonna find more options for you guys for later.
What is this? Twist. That's our twist one. It must be somewhere over here because you have all the other ones.
It's gotta be, or if it's just sitting around.
Oh, here it is.
Oh, you found it?
It was right over
Yay! Woohoo!
Alrighty, my friend.
Oh no!
The table is not my friend. Okay. Cover up my mushroom hair. Not what I'm trying to go for. Let me see my piece here.
Ooh, you got some good camera shake with that too.
What did I do for this? That's kind of interesting.
Oh, I think I finished it. I did it the way you normally did it. You started it and I finished it. But you did your crossy thing. And you used not that whole length of wire, obviously.
Yeah, I'm gonna.
It was probably like 3 or 4 inches of wire.
Give me a second here, guys, to move this away. So you guys can see what's going on here. So I am going to take my wire. I'm going to fold her up. Do not pull too tightly. You can crack your crystal.
So Connie was asking about the butterfly quick. Can you, before you get into this,
tight.
Before you get too far into this, I want to answer her question. I did not flatten this, and I did not put on the crystal. I put the gems on last. So if you want to show her on screen, like it looked, show her the dimension of like how I left the butterfly, how it has some bend in it still.
You'll notice it kind of sits back into the frame.
Right? So I didn't flatten it. You're not going to want to do that because it will make it not the size of the ring anymore. So leave it with dimension, and then do your gems last.
Okay, now that we have this decently tight, we're going to take our round nose and we're going to fold it around and over. Can tighten it in a second here. Also, important to note, this is just threaded directly through here. So
yeah, so
you would want
take
to
your bird and go ahead and thread that through there.
Let me see which direction I had this. Okay, so the foggy side is here. Or frosted, or whatever you want to call it. Come here. Come here, birdie! She's gone away from me. Alright.
It did not. So Connie, it seemed to be just fine with that. Just with the resin, go in smaller layers if you're worrying about spillage.
Alright, now we have our bird on there. We're just going to start our wrap around. And I'm only going to go around a couple times, and then I'm just going to trim it off. And we're going to finish with the other side. So just going to trim this here. Really get this nice and secure. And then I'm going to use my pliers to do my other one as well.
Let me know if you need an extra pair of chain nose over there, because I have 2 pair over here.
I'm going to keep my bird out of the way. I'm going to use my pliers to keep it out of the way. And then we're just going to do a nice, messy wrap around here.
I didn't quite tell you. I got a sneak peek at some of the things that Wendy is sourcing for you to design with, Ainsley.
Oh.
So we have a bonus of having Wendy to be able to source some things for these Friday Lives. And she has some, like one that she's working on right now, a theme that you are going to just love. I feel like she really like understands your design style too, like what you would want to design with.
That's because I feel like I feel like I'm kind of a blend between you and Wendy.
And I feel like you're
well.
similar to Wendy in the way that Corian is similar to me.
Yeah.
Right? Into like what we like.
And
how we like
we
to
have
design.
Our fun little wrap loop. We can just straighten this a little bit out so that it lays a little bit better and a little more straight.
Okay, guys, so explain to me why this literally took me 1 minute to do off camera. Look at how fast I just did that off camera. I'm telling you, like being under the
She does.
being in the
she
hot
cannot
seat,
handle the pressure.
being in the hot seat
This
makes
is
it
why
harder.
She must be the slave.
That's why I have to be the slave behind the camera, lady.
She doesn't have those nerves of steel.
Do I feature the resin cabs? I don't. I have a few like resin pieces that kind of have resiny things in them, like maybe a pair of earrings, but not in this way.
And look how beautiful this is just together like this. You don't even need the extra ones if you didn't want to. This would be a beautiful necklace just like this.
Yeah. Right? If you don't want
But
to
isn't this chunk of Swarovski, it goes so well with this resin piece.
So like when I saw the birds and the resin together, like immediately I thought leather.
Yeah.
Right? Did you already go over like how that's wire wrapped together?
We've shown this a lot, but I can showcase what you did here.
Yeah, I just didn't know if you showed
I didn't,
what was
I didn't
done.
show that part.
Okay.
Let me show you really quickly. This is just a fold over and wire wrap. We've showed this quite a few times. If you go back into our previous lives, you can find those on YouTube, Facebook, only for 30 days. So if it's past that 30-day point, you might not be able to find it. But on our YouTube channel, everything is there.
It's there forever.
Yes. So just some easy wire wrapping. And this is just one size that fits right over the neck.
Yeah, you could though. Like for you, I think you could double that up around your neck. Like
you
for
could
somebody
double it
with
up
your,
if you had a clasp on it.
Yeah.
And that would be very beautiful.
Or like what I'm saying is like you just because of the way it's clasped.
Oh wait, there is
front.
a clasp. I didn't see the clasp in the
Yeah,
front.
so the clasp is in the front on this design. It's kind of hiding out there, but I think that one would be really cool.
Well, let me take my necklace off. Or wait, are you done with that?
I am. I'm ready to move on. So we can swap again.
Swippity swappers.
Swippity swaps. So now you guys get to get a little extra dose of me today because I did make parts of this. I didn't make Ainsley do the whole thing on her own because we have a lot of designs for today, which when we're showcasing the warehouse loot, Corian packs it with so many things. We really wanted to give you a lot of ideas.
And there's so much extra still.
Yeah, and there is so much more, which we did say we are going to do a bonus. So if you want to look at these pieces that nobody else can get, and maybe think about what resin you would want to do in there.
I don't want to do a bonus.
We got to do a bonus. We said we would do it. Okay, so ring. Where's the ring? Where'd it go? Where's the finished one?
Probably somewhere in front of you.
Oh, it's under the mat. Getting a little messy over here, guys. Okay. So I am in love with this ring design. I did make it smaller than my size because I wanted Ainsley to be able to wear it. This one. So what I actually did was when I made this guy, I did this part last, but you could absolutely, I would do it at this point while it's flat because I had to prop it up while I was doing this gemstone. So I'm not going to demonstrate it just because of time. And you've already seen how to make this gemstone, which Ainsley did it way better than me. Mine's kind of like a junky version of it. But what's cool about this is this base will curve around and it leaves this piece flat on top. So you've got a flat surface, which is cool. So I just need both of the barrel pliers for this guy. If you know where those are. Do you know where those are?
Over here.
Okay. Everything's hiding on the other side. That means if it's hiding over there, that means I took it and left it there. My fault.
You don't want to know what this other side looks like over here, guys.
It's trash. But I did clean it while you weren't here, except for that. I did clean this whole area.
A little bit, yes.
Okay, so we are just gonna bend and put a nice curve with these guys. I like riveting, so I riveted this on when it was flat. That's why I'm using not like a ring bender. I don't know how that would work with something that's riveted like this. So we're just gonna get that started. And then depending on your ring size, right? Like let's say you've got a real big
You
ring
guys can make your
size,
husband a ring. Look
you
how
could
big that
look
is.
at, you could, if it's just touching like that, that's a pretty big size, right? That's probably like 11 or 12. So this does extend out. It's going to be more stable with the size that is closer, like size 8 or less. So at this point, I'm just going to take my smaller ones and come in here and get this curve. So it's going to look a little bit wonky for a minute here while I'm getting that figured out. Then if you have a mandrel, which I do at home, I don't have it here. I usually put it on my mandrel to get that a little bit less wonky. And Wendy has taught some really good ring making classes as well in the master class. But we work with what we got here, right? But they're really, these ring lengths are really easy to work with. So the only thing that I'm seeing here is we've got a little bend in there, so I'm going to fix that and get it nice and even before we move on to finished. And I'll expand this a little bit because my hands are not so tiny like Ainsley's are. Fingers are not as tiny. They used to be, but they're not right now. So I like to wear them on my index finger. Oh, it says low battery. Will you get the charger, please?
Yeah.
So here we go. With or without the gem, they're really cool. So there's your ring technique. For the earrings, which you guys, this is my favorite thing today, where the way these earrings turned out. I don't know about you guys, but wire wrapping through those openings would be unreal. You definitely could do that. You could put like beads or suspend something in here for sure. There could be a lot of great ideas. You could hammer on this. There's so much that you can do to make this design unique. So maybe I could get Corian to add more of these to the warehouse site because I think there's a lot more that we can do with them. I love this ring design though. And then I echoed the same thing. We did a gemstone in the center of this. Where's I need one more of these guys. Okay, so for this one, I left the loop on the top, and then we're going to add holes to each side of this. So we're going to go here. You guys are getting extra bonus materials today because I wanted, or we need a set of these earrings, right? We need the other one to match. So 1, 2, 3, 4. So 2 holes on this side, 2 holes on this side. It's like 10 kits in one. Yes, it is. So it is the warehouse loot, which Corian said I can't make any more of the loots. So that's why we offered the kits today as well, because if you already subscribed to the loot, you got all of this already. So, and she always does a really great job every month. And then we always do a follow-up. Ainsley and I design with it and show you all sorts of ideas of what you can do with it. So it's really great. So for this one, I left all of the jump rings on, and I did this gemstone last. So I just need a pen.
We can't do that.
Yeah.
It's not gonna work.
Pen. This is what I did.
Oh, it works on that one?
So in order to do the sizing of these guys, don't you love these river elements? The original design was a piece of wood that had this metal river down in it, but I've really just enjoyed designing with them and doing something different. So I loved the way this round shape echoed that first bend in this liquid element here. And so what I did was kind of match that up on the one side. So we do this, that looks the same as here. Looks like our element is like, match the curve up. And actually, and then what I did was mark this right adjacent to the hole on each of these to get my first shot. But what I'm gonna do, so that these, because this pair is already done, could I have the wire cutters? I'm just gonna, in the interest of time, clip these off and then add them again. So whenever I'm making mirrored set earrings, I do one piece and then I use that as a template for all of them. So since this one's already done, I'm gonna use that. And then we're gonna use this, line it up, and then punch through. And then this is going to make sure that, this will ensure that the holes all match up. And then they sit the same on both earrings. And I'm always one that loves a good shortcut. So anything that makes me have to measure less, I'm all for it. Okay, so we've got our matching one, and I will do one more of those. So just make sure so you can see right here that it's really lined up, because I've gotten decently close to the edge. You don't want to blow out your edge. And then I usually check it from the side as well to make sure that I'm not going over the edge. These castings are pretty close to the same size, but it's not going to be as it's as exact as a stamping would be, you know. Because there's, you know, molten metal involved. Okay. There we go. Now we just need jump rings. So I used JRV 30s on this one, which I've got some sitting out here. Sitting over here. I always forget to lean forward on this chair to get rid of the squeak. There we go. You're being awful quiet over there, Ains. You're supposed to help me, like, keep the dialogue interesting. See, I think she's better in front of the camera because then she feels the need to talk.
I'm doing something here, actually.
I know you are. I'm just making fun of you.
Because we have to fix our schedules for like our other platforms that's like showcasing right now. So
Oh, okay.
I was trying to do that.
All right.
But I don't know if I can.
Accuracy is good, right? So we'll get this pair of earrings. We're gonna get it like 90% there. Would you hand me that other pair of chain nose, please? Thank you.
Should have been 2 over there.
It's possible that there was. So I like the way the solid brass echoes, or not echoes, but complements and contrasts this silver. Really pretty together. Okay. So as long as you follow that pattern of just lining these guys up really good and you get that first one done, then the rest of them are going to be super easy to do. I'm definitely going to do this gemstone before I leave today so that I can wear this pair this week, because you know I'm gonna. Do you want to do swap in, and then I can just finish these off screen, because none of this construction is like super important at this point. I'm just doing repetitive.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's fine.
Okay. So I just want you to give some we don't have to do a demo with, but I want you to give like an idea of what you would do with the bonus pieces. So just discussion, idea, not demonstration. Because we've got that big hunk of crystal that you showed before. I think you could wire wrap that really similarly to...
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah.
And I would personally also make this a super long necklace. I think that'd be really cool. Or your other options, you could totally make this into a bag charm. So that would be really cute, just to hang off of your little purse. So cute, crystalline and wintry. And then we also have this wood piece here. You could totally fill in with some resin, do some gem effects in here as well. Would be very cool too. Especially here would be fun. And then what else do we have?
These two pieces.
Ooh, yeah, these
Yeah.
are cool pieces. I've shown this before, like kind of like laid out like a
Not
bracelet.
exactly, because we did, the ones you did before were a long rectangle. So this one's a little different. This one has 3 pieces layered.
Well, I think this could be a bracelet. It could be a necklace that conjoins like this and frames a piece here. Or you could do it like this. Or like this.
Peggy, I'm going to put the rivet link on here.
You could totally hammer the edges of this if you wanted to. Just add a little bit more texture and dimension. Or they could be earrings. It could be cool earrings if you hole punch it and then you just add some dangles from the bottom here. That would also be really cool. Also, guys, do you like the earrings that I made for myself while I was off screen?
That was from last month's loot, wasn't it?
Yes.
Yes. The ones that I was like, whoops. Those are like so expensive now.
Corey was
But then I was
sneaky.
like, and then I was like, I saw them in the image and I was like, you know what? It's the warehouse loot. You know we're always going to throw in something extra, right?
Yeah.
Like really like over the top extra is what I mean by extra.
And then we have lots of the other pieces you could just do repeats of some similar stuff. I'm gonna go full screen so that we can show them these pieces.
Definitely.
Close. Let me take this off. though.
Okay, so. Oh, extra rivers. No, we don't have these. I will see, because I am so flipping in love with these earrings, right? And the way these came out, I will see what we have in stock.
Also, there is a lot if you got the loot. There's a
Yeah.
lot of more rivers in there.
Yes, and I know, Peggy, I'm pretty sure that you have the loot subscription. There are 6 that come in the loot. So if you mess up, okay, so what do you,
earrings. Yeah, somebody was asking to see them up close.
Oh yeah, that was last month's loot.
And so I just added some chains, some ear wires, and look how cute. Just cute little bobbly.
Yeah, but if you can find these rhinestone balls, they just are a little pricey. But I love those. They're like, they feel like berries or something.
Well, it reminds me of like little pom-poms off of your cute little snow hoodie, and I was like, oh, that's so wintry feeling.
Oh yeah, definitely.
I feel bare, guys. This is not okay. Let me put something on quickly. Hurry, hurry.
Put on
I'm being
that
traumatized.
one. You haven't shown that one yet.
I'm traumatized. I'm terrified of being so bare. Okay, so I'm gonna show it this way first, because it can just be a nice long necklace, and that's very cute. But I'm gonna show it the way that I like to wear things, of course.
Yeah, which it's nice that it's convertible that way, right?
Also, I did something recently where I took a necklace that I have that's a little bit longer, and I couldn't quite wrap it around twice, so I took one of those Bella trade bracelets that we talked about.
Oh yeah.
And added it, and then it would just created a nice cute little layered necklace. You guys can totally do that.
Glad you are all calling them rivers. Someone called them lightning bolts. I sold the ones on the wood first thing last week. Ooh, yeah. I mean, they were designed to be a river, a molten river in wood. So the original piece. Oh my gosh, that looks so good. Looks like I made it the perfect length, didn't I? For you anyway, to be able to be a double wrap.
So that is super stunning. It's not even up close, and look how glowy those stones are from far away. Can you zoom in?
Yeah, we'll zoom in. Look at that.
So glowy, so beautiful. And that is the first one. I showed my other necklace earlier, so let me show you the bracelet.
I'm over here trying to speed make this other earring, guys.
I'll just put this bracelet on very, very slowly. Okay, it's actually kind of
we have two bracelets to show, so you're good. You don't have to slow down for my account.
I'm making a joke. I wouldn't anyway.
You wouldn't anyway. You'd be like, move faster.
But this is actually kind of difficult to put on.
Yeah, and we'll make sure, so Ainsley has a small neck, but we'll make sure that yours, your kits have enough of this stuff in there. So don't worry about that. Don't think that it's going to be just enough to make her size.
You actually need to do it because it's just tight enough that I can't quite reach it.
Okay.
On my own.
Give me 1 second. I've got some resin leaking here. Let me get this on here. Because I'm trying to hurry up and make this matching one while she's talking. This one I did make little because I was like, ooh, I want it to be a tight bracelet for you. And I was like, I know that she's going to be the one wearing it. And I feel like this could be a really good bracelet stack too.
Absolutely.
It's going to look good with your seed bead stacks or other things.
Super cute. Then we have our other bracelet I will show in just a second.
That's so true, Vintage. She said if they are giving you cash, they can call them anything they want.
Yeah, you're definitely going to have to do this one too.
I made it tight too.
Yeah, this one's extra tight. Okay. And here is.
So on this one, I just did a light brush of a little bit of gold, a little bit of the metallic green and the metallic gold, like teensy bit, just so it gave it a little bit of a tone on tone that you almost can't tell, right? That's two different colors.
There's that. Well, she's running out of time, guys.
Don't give me the Jeopardy music, then you'll make me flustered, and I'll get paint everywhere.
I wish we could like bring in the audience so that they could sing it with
me. Right? Bring somebody on screen to do that. Okay, I just need a tiny bit of white gold, and I'm gonna be golden. Where did you go though? Did I already grab it?
Yeah, it's right in front of you.
Isn't that always the way? You're like, where are my glasses? They're on my head, right?
The camera's like very, very close.
Okay, so what are we showing now?
Nothing.
Oh, do the earrings, because I know one of them's not completely done. But, oh, the ring. Okay, we'll show it. Show the kind of the side view too. Boop. Hey, stop it.
I was already correcting before you started.
What are you pointing at? That's funny. Oh, I know what this is missing. I need a tiny bit of bright green. That's why it doesn't look right without it. Could you hand me that bright green? Look it, guys. I'm making her still slave labor it for me. Oh, all goodness. Right. Make yourself a bracelet aid. Just a bent piece of wire. Yeah. This might be even too tight for that to work.
The bird one wouldn't even work.
I don't,
because it was just a bit too tight. She really had to use some force for that one.
I wanted it so with that one in particular, it could be, if it slides around your wrist, it could be a little bit pokey. So this is a tip for you guys that are making your own version of this. Make it to just absolutely fit your wrist so it does not shift.
Okay, you can show this. Let me pull my earring up though.
Look at how cute. I love it. Lisa says, Jean, I've been using a combo of matte and gloss to create visual interest. Ooh, like the glazes on top of other colors? Cool. I will sometimes sand the resin to give it a matte finish, or use matte glaze on top of it.
Earring?
I'm just making sure it's extra cured so that.
Well, you can give me the other one.
Oh yeah,
the finished one.
Yeah,
is my point.
Okay.
I didn't say earrings. I said earring.
Earring, one of them. Lynn says, looks like a bullet ring. Very Idaho. Interesting. What do bullet rings look like? Now I'm curious. Yeah, they do look very like sorcerer, right?
It's the eye of Zoran.
Or like Lord of the Rings, right?
Is his name Zoran?
Sauron.
Sauron.
Or Sauron. It depends on how you pronounce it. But yeah, loving those on.
Did you finish in time?
Yes. It just needs, because that's cured. It just needs the ear wire, which there was like a bag of them sitting in front of you.
Which kind is it? It's
these.
Yeah.
Which the ones that come in the kit are solid brass. So to make sure that the photograph was good, I just relieved it. So, and then I just need one more JRV 30 is what I did to finish this design off.
These are 20s I have here, so.
They're 30s. Oh, mostly anyway.
Here.
No. It has to be right brass.
Oh, I don't know. Here
That's
you go.
why those are 20s.
Yeah.
Those are 20s.
Okay,
The 30s are
let me grab
right
this
brass.
one.
Like, I know there's more here. They're just like under a bead mat or something, right? She's very impatiently waiting, guys.
It's been a very long life today.
Well, we had a lot to cover. So we had a lot of techniques, and it's the loot, so it's always going to be that way, right?
I'm
Whether
hungry.
it's design on the fly, right?
I haven't eaten anything, guys.
This is like caffeine on an empty stomach.
It is now.
Look at how fast we flew.
1:45. It's almost been 3 hours.
Woo! Now that's nothing for a warehouse sale. She usually goes that long, but
I think she's usually eaten and she has snacks.
oh, that's a good good
She's
point.
always got her little munchies she gets to eat while she does. I don't have any munchies, so just have
She
like
probably brings her munchies. So Wendy says those are very Art Deco.
Yes,
Yeah,
they
I
are.
think so. That's why I love them. For sure. Not like a giant fan of them with the red, but I love them.
My bad, guys.
Like, I'm just saying
I'm so horrible for
personally. But yes, those are my favorite of the day. Just saying. Okay, well, I think we have gone through like everything and then some. Peggy said, I didn't get bored. Did any of you others? Well, I'm glad we weren't boring.
Enough engaging conversation.
We weren't just like dryly sitting there putting together jewelry while you watch us, right?
And
We were
now you add the resin. You know what that makes me think of? Marriage. Marriage. Does anybody know what that's from? Let's see who gets it. Who gets it? Who gets the quotes?
The first person, right? Definitely. We should have our own trivia, but then I'm not like that organized. So I'd be just like coming up with it on the spot instead of like prepping it in advance.
She'd be looking it up right then.
Yep, I would be like, what's a good trivia to ask right now, and then find it. Candy says, gotta go. Thanks for the inspo today. Never bored with you guys. Thanks, Candy.
Thank you.
Lisa
Perfect
says,
timing.
I really enjoyed the company as I typed in and cut out 60 cards from my earrings, necklaces, bracelets, and purse charms. Woo! Girl, get it.
She's very organized.
And Lynn says, great live. Learned a lot. Thank you.
Yay.
Okay, I'm going to zoom me out. You can see a little bit of the mess that we've created today. Just so I can say goodbye
It was
too.
significantly not as bad mess as what's going on behind camera.
On the other side is worse. It's worse. Because it's still mid-designy.
Peggy said, Ains, just remember your glasses and snacks next week. I will try, but
Yes.
no promises. I will probably be a little bit like crazy because I have one more week left of school and then it'll be finals. So next week I might be a little harried, and then the week after I'll be so zen.
We might be having to be going like, it's okay, like you can do this, pump her up, right, to get through it.
I'll be
Get
so
through that week.
and then I'll be so zen for a
It's
while.
just gonna be like so chill, right?
So chill because I'll actually have sleep.
All right, thanks
guys.
for tuning in today,
Thank
guys.
you.
Bye.
See you next time.